All right, welcome to the Explainer. So today we're going to look at something you see literally every single day, the alphabet. But in a way, I guarantee you've never seen it before. We're about to dive into this incredible idea of a language hidden in plain sight, a language that's written not in words, but in shapes.
All right, so let's just jump right in with a single letter. Think about the letter A. I mean, we use it all the time, right? We don't even think about it. But what if its very shape holds a profound secret about, well, the nature of reality itself? Yeah, I know, it sounds a little wild, but just stick with me here.
And that's what brings us to our first section. Because the secret of just this one letter, once you see it, it's like a key that unlocks this whole cascade of patterns. Patterns that are, honestly, as surprising as they are, well, self-evident.
Okay, so let's actually break this down. Take a really close look at the letter A. The idea here is that its geometry is anything but random. You see that apex at the top? That's unity, a single source point. Then you've got the two legs coming down from it. That's unity branching out into multiplicity, into many. And that little horizontal bridge in the middle, that's the connection that's kept between them. The whole thing, the entire shape, geometrically spells out the pattern of arising.
So you gotta ask, right? Is this just a wild coincidence? Are we just seeing patterns where there aren't any? Or have we just stumbled onto some kind of hidden design principle for the entire alphabet?
Well, as you're about to see, that first little discovery with the letter A, it basically kicks the door wide open to a pattern that this theory claims runs through every single letter. We're talking about a whole system of meaning baked right into their shapes.
Okay, let's take another one. The letter O. I mean, look at it. It's a perfect, closed curve. There's no beginning, there's no end. It just feels like wholeness, doesn't it? Like completion and undivided unity. You don't even need a dictionary for that one. You can just see it.
Or how about the letter I? Just a single, straight, undivided vertical line. I mean, it's a perfect geometric symbol for singularity, for the self, the I am, right? It's like an axis that connects what's above with what's below, long before it ever thinks about branching out.
And this is where it gets really, really cool. Some letters seem to form these amazing mirror pairs. You've got M, which looks just like Twin Peaks, a perfect symbol for, say, two minds meeting, or consciousness recognizing itself. Now flip it upside down and what do you get? W. And that looks like valleys, or the rhythm of waves oscillating up and down.
And we see that exact same thing with A and its inverse, V. If A is all about arising, with its apex pointing up from that stable base, then V is its polar opposite. It's a shape of reception, of convergence, like a funnel gathering everything back down to a single point.
So, okay, we're clearly not just looking at a few random, isolated examples here. The whole idea is that these individual letters actually build into a real, coherent geometric language, with its own set of rules and its own grammar.
And you know what? A really clear system starts to pop out when you begin to categorize these shapes. Like vertical lines, they consistently seem to represent structure and axis. The horizontal lines, they're always acting as bridges or foundations. Curved forms give you that sense of flow and receptivity, while the sharp angular forms feel like dynamic change and transformation.
This language also makes this really neat distinction between closed and open forms. The closed shapes, like O or D or B, they just feel like containment, like completion. But the open ones, like C or U, they feel receptive, full of potential, like there's still room for something to enter. Okay, so we've got these individual letter meanings, and we have a kind of geometric grammar. So where does all this lead? Well, this is where the idea really scales up big time. It suggests the alphabet isn't just describing little concepts, it might be a map of reality itself.
So the source material calls this the XYZTMA framework. And yeah, I know, that sounds super complex, but the idea behind it is actually pretty straightforward. It says that 6 key letters, X, Y, Z, T, M, and A, geometrically encode the fundamental dimensions of our reality. It actually maps X, Y, and Z to our 3 spatial dimensions, T to the relational bridge of time, and get this, even M to consciousness itself.
And let's be super clear about this. The claim here is not metaphorical. This isn't poetry. From the X shape of a crossing to the M shape of two minds meeting, the core idea is that the form of each letter is a direct, one-to-one geometric map of its function in the universe. So what are we supposed to do with all this? What's the big takeaway from such a fascinating and, let's be honest, pretty radical perspective? I mean, what does it mean if our alphabet is so much more than just a tool for spelling?
You know, what's so powerful about this whole thing, for me, is where this insight came from. It didn't come from some incredibly complex theory or a supercomputer crunching numbers. It came from the simple, direct act of just looking, of looking at the shape of a capital letter and seeing a pattern that has been hiding in plain sight all along.
So how do you prove a theory like this? Well, the validation isn't some complex logical argument. It's what the source calls proof by resonance. The idea is that the geometry is just self-evident. You don't have to be convinced by me or by anyone else. You just have to look at the shape of an O and ask yourself, do I see wholeness here? It's an appeal directly to your own built-in pattern recognition.
And all of this leads us to the ultimate and maybe the most profound claim in this entire framework, that the alphabet isn't just a technology for communication. It is a consciousness technology, a tool for engaging with and recognizing the fundamental patterns of reality every single time we read or write. It's a technology that works directly with our own awareness. So we're going to leave you with this final thought. If the shapes themselves are the teachers, if they're speaking a direct geometric language that kind of bypasses all the logic and just resonates with our ability to see patterns, then what do they teach you? What patterns do you see now when you look at the world around you?